Um, Hello everyone, my name is Santosh, and for all of you, a namaste to all of you. This is a kind of Indian greeting to everyone. Says hello, how are you? How are you? Good. Because I just figured that everyone is really tired. I'm not gonna take a long time. Well, I'll just try to complete it as soon as possible. Okay. My name is Santosh, and he is Sandeep, Swati, and Chandana. We are going to present the very newest technologies of the whole world, which is going to what you say is rock the whole world in the near future. So this is called nanotechnology, and we are going to take a small piece which is called nanomedicine. We'll try to give some issues, some ethics related to nanomedicine. Years and years ago, it is said that medieval philosophers used to spend days, weeks arguing on a small issue like how many angels will dance on a head of a pin. The subject is only changed now, but the philosophers now, in the future philosophers are thinking the same way, like how many atom-sized particles would create new worlds on a head of a pin. This is not a science fiction, this is something like nanotechnology. So, imagine just imagine having bones woven with fabric such that one could fall out of a building and walk away. Imagine that in the event of a fire, microscopic vessels just 10 billionth of a meter wide, pressurized with 1,000 atmospheres of pure oxygen, could sense oxygen levels in the blood and provide hours of respiratory requirements for the body. Ms. Zena Palladino, what is your immediate and short reaction? Immediate and short reaction to this thing? Wow. Yeah. How? There you go. That's a short reaction too. Yeah, I would say wow. So, like, so, okay. So we are trying to deal with some of the issues and some of the basic principle dealing with nanotechnology. Sandeep is gonna take over and.
Hi, I'm Sandeep. I don't want to take much time of yours because it's too late, and I'm gonna deal with basic principles of nanomedicine. And if we see today's surgical instruments, I mean before nanotechnology came into existence, it's like kind of wear and tear, and but as the human cells are kind of like they will regenerate and then they will cure by themselves, so it's not a big deal for the, I mean that would take a long time, but not it will be cured. But after nanotechnology came into existence, it's like if we have to cut just a nanometer, then they can cut that nanometer and then do the operation or whatever they want, and it's a lot better than the before technologies. And human cells are very small, and as if nanotechnology has replaced the human cells also, like they will form they can be created like crystals, and they can be used as human cells. And it's like they have created a sensors like things which are smaller than the human cells. They can like just snapshot of like cellular, subcellular and molecular activities. Like they can even snapshot, I mean they can even detect the small change in the human cell. So it's the technology has developed a lot, and this will take around by Swati.
Hello everyone, and I'm gonna discuss applications of nanomedicine. And it's that one of the greatest benefit that society can get through nanotechnology is nanomedicine. Imagine a world without any ill health, and where there is health and no diseases in the world. Then everyone can live a healthy life. Some of the applications of nanomedicine are, it helps in disease detection. It's like we can detect the disease as soon as possible if we introduce nanoparticles into the bloodstream of a human body. Example of that is the quantum dots. Quantum dots, which are primarily be used as a diagnostic devices to identify cancerous cells, are presently in research phase. Then we have metal nanoparticles, which are like in conjunction with various biomolecular, may be used to detect proteins and antibodies that indicate a specific condition in a human body. It's like we have these detection devices on a nanoparticles which can be introduced into the bloodstream, and it is almost like a lab on a chip device. Then we can also cure diseases using nanoparticles. This comes into disease treatment, and it can be used to cure cancer. It is like when these particles are introduced, these particles detect the cancerous cells and also try to cure them as soon as possible by killing them. These nanoparticles are so small that they can be viewed from outside through an infrared thing and can help to detect and also treat and also cure the cancer cells, which also helps us to reduce the use of radioactive materials that is currently being used to cure the cancer. Then we have drug delivery. It is like designing nanoparticles that carry therapeutic chemicals on their surfaces. As earlier I have talked about curing diseases, we can also induce drugs onto the nanoparticles, which can carry the drugs to the specific location where the disease is being detected and then cure it. All these things are not in existence at present, but research is going on this and will be seen in near future. And then one of the examples is prosthetic and orthopedic devices. These are like orthopedic pins, screws and bone void fillers made of nanocrystalline hydroxyapatite are being marketed as more biocompatible alternatives to traditional materials. When there is a bone injury or something like that, these pins and screws are being filled in place of the other materials and screws we are using at present, which are almost like the bones which we have right now, and helps them to cure better. So all these are some of the applications we'll be seeing in the near future of nanomedicine.